Let's find Sorrelin first, friend. I knew it. The place is thick with the recollection. Sorrelin's up ahead. What's she looking at?
Do you feel it, Baragon? The grandeur of our history!
You're right. These ruins are incredible.
Do you feel it? The power of the Ayleids pervades this place. Millennia separate us from the Heartland High Elves, but I can feel their legacy flowing through my blood. It pains me to see their glory buried in these ruins. This was all for Baragon's benefit. You're just an unintended spectator. I brought Baragon here to remind him of his Ayleid heritage. The recollection remembers their past. This land belonged to the Ayleids, and we Bosmer are their rightful heirs. Not at all. But some of their beliefs match my own. All that aside, I wanted to show Baragon what I found. A new type of seed. It's similar to what we Greenspeakers use to grow and shape tree villages, but different. It thrums with unique potential. Bug shells! Surprise ruined! I wanted to show him the wild burn seed. Talk to him. Discuss the recollection, both the good points and the bad. I suppose he'll want to take the seed before the recollection does. I suggest you hurry. They're close. The wild burn seed grows deep in the ruins. I suggest we split up. I'll lead the recollection on a merry chase while you and Baragon find the seed. And don't worry, I'm sure we'll meet up along the way. And Baragon, remember your history. This style of architecture dates back to the late Merethic era. It combines majesty with practicality, so probably a place for Daedra worship and training. These Ayleids seem to have been particularly fond of someone they called the Prince of Paths. As I said, I plan to keep some of their attention on me instead of you. After that, well, I'm very stealthy. I have no doubt I can elude their patrols. And if I do get into trouble, I'm sure you and Baragon will come to my rescue.
Sorrelin has a point. These ruins are too wondrous to let sit forgotten. Look, Greenspeaker Sorrelin, up on the walkway.
See, Baragon! The Colovians built atop our heritage! They buried it all!
That's how it works, Sorrelin. The new replaces the old.
I thought I could convince you that we'd find the wild burnt seed together.
What? Sorrelin, come back! she's up on the ledge.
Join me, Baragon. The recollection needs wood elves like you. We can finally claim our rightful inheritance.
You're with the recollection? Cracked acorns, what are you thinking? Follow her! Blight and root rot! How could Sorlin join the recollection? The murderers! Those doors. Right there. We need to find that seed. Sorlin, talk to me! I can't let you take that seed!
I won't fight you, Baragon. There are other seeds than these.
I'll go after her. Grab the seed and follow after me!
Too bad for us to handle.
And displaced families aren't justice!
We've been friends forever! Why won't you trust me?
The recollection just Who knows what other harm the rapid growth caused?
I thought you'd
couldn't catch her. I've known Sorlin for almost my whole life. I cared about her, considered her a friend, perhaps more. Why didn't I see that she had been taken in by the recollection? Maybe I could have done something. Blight, this hurts. I couldn't. She always claimed Ayleid land belonged to the Wood Elves, but that was purely academic before. Sounds like the recollection promised to make it real. Could be why they wanted the Wildburn seed. Speaking of which, did you get it? I've never seen a seed like this before. It feels wrong. You're working with Leramil, right? She needs to know what we discovered here. Meet us back in Skingrad. I have a townhouse there. Oh, and take this. You more than deserve it for helping me. Sure, my lifelong friend joined a violent cult, but you and I actually did some real good today. We saved people in Ostermere and kept this seed away from the recollection. When you're ready, meet Leramil and me at my townhouse in Skingrad. I'm not sure. They certainly spout rhetoric that matches many of her closely held beliefs. I thought those beliefs were simply musings, but the recollection seeks to put them into deadly practice. Be sure, when next we meet, I plan to ask her why. I have little experience with either, so any speculation is merely a guess. If Ostermere was truly the epicenter of the new forest growth, the land there could simply be unstable. Or perhaps Ifrei shook the ground to warn us and get our attention. That's Count Calantius's estate. It's just east of Skingrad. It's a beautiful location. As I understand it, the Count uses it as a retreat from the duties of his court, and there's lodging for important guests. I'm still waiting for my invitation.
Traveler, do you know what happened to the cohort at Rustwall? A moment, Traveler. A detachment of legionaries should be roaming the grounds of Rustwall. We came to meet them, but we can't find a soul. No legionaries, no servants, not even a gardener. I'm at a loss as to what has become of them. My commanding officer, Tribune Alea Idolus, sent a cohort to guard Rustwall. With the recent troubles plaguing the Weald, she didn't want to chance an enemy gaining a foothold this close to Skingrad. But we arrived to find not a single legionary. The Tribune and I didn't see any signs of combat. Just an empty courtyard. She ordered me to do one more sweep of the area and then report back to Skingrad, but I hate the idea of leaving her here alone. Will you aid Tribune Alea in her search? Look for Tribune Alea inside the walls of the estate, in the courtyard. Know that the Tribune can be somewhat demanding, but she's a fine officer, and I'm sure she'll pay you for any aid you provide. The Legion hires mercenaries all the time. Count Calantius of Skingrad owns the estate. Uses it when he needs a break from the politics of his court. I think he lets visiting dignitaries stay here too. All I know for sure is that I was sent to meet the cohort here, but I can't find them. The Imperial Legion protected the Empire when there was still an Empire to protect. With those three pretenders fighting over the Ruby Throne in Cyrodiil, the Westweald Legion primarily defends Skingrad and its vassals. I'm proud to serve. The Tribune is one of our best officers. I've served with her since before Clivia Tharn took the throne. We mostly attend to local matters now, while her methods occasionally stray from standard Legion protocol. She always achieves results. The Legion thrives on order, hierarchy. That's what keeps it functioning among the chaos. Tribune Olea practices a looser approach on the battlefield. Never mind, it's inappropriate for me to criticize my Tribune. To a stranger, no less.
Yeah!
Look around. No people. Strange, right? I detached an entire Legion cohort to guard this estate, but I haven't found a single legionary. Not even a servant. What's your story? Do you know what happened to my legionaries? I remember when the Legion didn't have to rely on mercenaries. Still, I'd appreciate the help. Until I find my cohort or the missing servants, I have to assume Skingrad's in danger. I can't abide that. I hereby designate you a temporary agent of the Westweald Legion. Just until we find my soldiers. We'll search the manor house first. I'll meet you inside. Keep your eyes open, comrade. We don't know what happened here. I suppose introductions are in order. I am Tribune Alea Idolus of the Westweald Legion, Marshal to Count Calantius, daughter of Quatrius Idolus, Knight of Colovia. A mouthful, I know, but I enjoy reciting my entire pedigree from time to time. When the Usurper War began, the Legion sent me to defend our borders. Colovia has no love for those grasping to be Emperor. We didn't want to get dragged into the conflict. Count Calantius heard about my exploits and brought me into his service. In addition to my duties as a Legion Tribune, I perform special missions for the Count. Right now, I'm looking into the various troubles plaguing the Weald. Rumors of cults and Daedra roaming the countryside, whatever's going on in the New Forest. It was the damnedest thing. In a flash, the rolling hills and vineyards were replaced by a thick jungle. And then those wood elves moved in and established the city of Vashabar. You can imagine why the Count is concerned. Faithful service to the Legion, plus a strong sword arm. I fought in Varen's rebellion and defended Colovia as the Usurper War broke out. After we won the battle for Northhook, I started moving up the ranks. Now here I am. It happened at the start of the Usurper War. The Daggerfall Covenant sought Northhook as a base from which to invade Imperial City. We didn't want them there. When my commander fell, I took charge. Eventually, we repelled the invaders. Seems everyone left in a hurry. Take a look around. Someone attacked the servant this belonged to. Servants like this when there's danger, to warn others away. Captain planned to hide, but where? We need to find Captain Laronis. Meet me at the barracks on the south side of the estate. Back here, comrade. I found Captain Laronis. What a loss. I found that letter clutched in his hand. The servants are hiding in the catacombs. Let's talk. The bloody clothes and the warning candle suggest someone or something attacked Rustwall. And we know Captain Laronis was working on a plan. I hope to find him alive, but the letter from the groundskeeper tells us more than we knew before. Not as grim as it sounds. The Count ordered the catacombs converted into a shelter a while back. He wanted a place for anyone in residence to hide should war sweep over Colovia. Let's hope the rest of the cohort and the servants are safe and secure. Groundskeeper Gaius is a tough old hedge snipper. We need to find him and get his key to open the catacombs. Then we can see how much of the cohort and household staff survived whatever happened here. Let's check Gaius's home first. Groundskeeper Gaius's home is just down the hill to the east. Whether he's there or not, we need to find that key. We fought side by side at North Hook. He was brave, but never foolish. Always took every engagement seriously. A lot of soldiers would be dead right now if not for him. When I received command of the cohort, I requested he join me. About 3 rungs on the command ladder hierarchy. I lead the cohort, but Captain Laronis usually served as our field commander. While I handled strategy and logistics details, he oversaw the forces on the ground. Whatever killed him will pay. Gaius? Are you here? It's Tribune Alea.
Tribune? Thank the Divines. Are they gone?
Who, Gaius? Who attacked Rustwall?
I'm glad to see Tribune Alea, but she certainly took her sweet time. We've had all sorts of problems here. Did you bring reinforcements? Captain Laronis sent the remaining legionaries and staff into the catacombs. Then he was going to call for help. Dead? Damn shame. He was tolerable as far as Legion officers go. He had a good plan, too. While he hid everyone who was left in the catacombs, I was to keep watch until help arrived. I even stashed the key in a safe place in case the enemy found me. It had to be some sort of enemy army, but all I ever saw were a few wood elves sneaking around the grounds. We need to let everyone in the catacombs know it's safe to come out. Can you? I stashed the key inside the old statue in the garden. Don't worry, I'll draw you a map. Just be careful wandering in the garden. We've had an infestation of odd bugs recently. Odd and dangerous. When the legionaries showed up, we felt a lot safer. A little security in these troubled times. Then, one by one, soldiers started disappearing. We weren't sure if they were deserting or what. Then, I found the bloody legionary armor. Captain Laronis suspected an enemy was picking the cohort off one by one. He expected a full-scale attack, so he sent the staff into the catacombs with the remaining legionaries to protect them. I hid here until you and the Tribune showed up. Other than the wood elves I spotted sneaking around, we never saw the enemy. And the only evidence of foul play was the bloody armor I found. Captain Laronis assumed it was brigands looking to rob the estate. But would brigands challenge a cohort? I've been supervising the outdoor staff since Leovic was a cub. Gardeners, masons, they all answer to me. No easy job, especially when we're all frightened out of our wits. I know Rustwall inside and out. Made it easy to find a spot to hide my key.
Grab the map and let's go. We need that key. The gardens are just east of here, down the hill. The Rustwall Gardens. Our map indicates a spot on the western side. These insects, they're from deep underground. What drove them to the surface? There. That's the statue marked on the map. Search for the hidden key. That's the key. Now let's go open the catacombs. The door is across from the barracks.
Pretty impressive.
Move out. We need to find my cohort. Look, down there.
Still no sign of the escaped legionary, Shard Marshal.
No matter, mortal. More of our forces will come through soon.
As you say, Shard Marshal Vargas, we have more than enough weapons now.
That wood elf, he's with the Recollection. And he's taking orders from a Dremora? What's going on here? Furniture was meant for the comfort of dignitaries who took refuge here, not for these Recollection bastards.
Anyone else? Double leg, street
By my sword, a legionary. Report.
Hate to bring bad news to the Tribune, but I'm the only member of the cohort left. Those Recollection zealots killed legionaries guarding the estate until we sent whoever remained down here. That's when we walked right into the Daedra's clutches. I got lucky. I fell behind to adjust a loose bootstrap. When I heard the attack start, I slipped into the shadows and have been running ever since. Look, the Daedra have a portal. They're filling the catacombs with Daedric forces to attack Skingrad. It's in the ruins. Go east, and you'll find where the Daedra dug up from below. Drop down, and keep going east. You'll know the portal when you see it. Break those anchors, and I bet the portal closes. I'll try and lead the Recollection away, and then find you down there. I've become pretty good at sneaking around down here. There are all sorts of secret passageways and trick walls. You just have to know where to look. Don't wait for me, though. I have to move slow to avoid the recollection patrols in the Daedra. Almost positive, the recollection swarmed the remaining cohort and the servants we were protecting. They worked fast. It was a slaughter. I'm lucky I lagged behind, or they would have fallen on me too. I managed to pull a few servants away, but they weren't soldiers. No one trained them for any of this. I can't blame them for making too much noise, or being too slow with the blade. I tried to keep them safe, but it wasn't long before I was on my own. Call it a hunch, but if I'm being honest, I have no idea what it will do. It might fling you right into oblivion, or turn you into a netch. The anchors seemed important. At the very least, destroying them is better than leaving them be.
Legionary Capio is right. We need to shut down that portal. Down into the ruins. We've got to close that portal.
So much better than reading.
Capio said the Daedric portal was to the east. They're certainly older than the structures above. The portal! Destroy the anchors, comrade!
Defend the anchors! Maintain the pull! The anchors! Stop them!
Have to break away.
Good work. Now, let's find a way out of here.
This way, Tribune. Follow the tracks.
Over here, comrade. Let's talk. My cohort almost completely destroyed. The Rustwall staff almost all dead. Even Shard Marshal Vargas managed to slip from our grasp. While we closed the portal and saved Skingrad, it feels like we failed, comrade. The threads of fate? That sounds ominous. But after what we saw down there, I'll keep an open mind. We learned that the Recollection cult is working with Daedra and taking orders from Shard Marshal Vargas. They got damn close to invading Skingrad. With the portal closed and the Daedra on the run, the remaining Recollection forces aren't enough to threaten Skingrad. But I'll get the Legion to send more soldiers, just in case. Here, the pay I promised. The Legion always makes good on its debts. Consider your temporary commission suspended, comrade. Though I'd love to have you permanently assigned to my cohort. I plan to continue to look into the Recollection and Shard Marshal Vargas. I hear there's a wood elf in Skingrad doing the same. I'll send for more legionaries to clear them out. As many as we can spare. With the portal closed and Shard Marshal Vargas on the run, they shouldn't pose too much of a problem. That's up to Count Calantius. I'll advise him to keep legionaries at the estate even when no dignitaries are present. The problem is, we don't have many left to allocate here. The Legion isn't what it once was. What with the Empire in disarray. You're a step ahead of me, comrade. I hadn't heard about recent trouble at that poor town. Not since the new forest overwhelmed it. As soon as I can, I plan to pay this Baragon a visit. Compare notes. Maybe I'll see you there. I'll send for more legionaries to clear them out. As many as we can spare. With the portal closed and Shard Marshal Vargas, that's up to Count Calantius.
Die. Ah, you stopped. Good. I need help. Well, my expedition needs help. We were trying to recover an artifact from the Lucent Citadel, but we were attacked. I don't know who... It's an ancient Daedric fortress buried in the sands of Fargrave. We thought we were the only ones there, but we were wrong. It all happened so quickly. I hope you can help them. Nelatai would know. Nothing escapes her notice. If you think you can help us, please find her. She's wealthy and doesn't care for mortal currency, so I know she'd make it worth your while. Please say you'll go. If you have any friends, you might want to ask them to join you. I don't know if the expedition is still under attack or what is happening. Our leader can speak to it more than I can.
Yeah!
Let me know if you have some time. I can train it.
Selling, buying, trading, right here.
Too heavy? Perhaps his arms are too weak.
The right enchantment.
find some help for Uncle Octavius and Pym.
Yeah.
Come, little ones. Whisper to me the secrets of the green.
Yeah.
I got my nickname because my eyes reminded people of the warm embers of a fire. I think fires are much prettier.
Yes! Are we going to race?
Welcome, Proxy. Let us speak before we go inside. This is Ellenglyn, an Ayleid ruin. I expected to find the recollection here, as they have been searching similar ruins throughout the area. They did not disappoint. I sense an aura of Daedric power as well. Perhaps that aura drew them here. Indeed. I sense an ancient Daedric shrine in these ruins, although I have no idea which prince it honors. If we find the shrine, we may uncover the recollection's purpose here. Do you still have the Econir, Proxy? Hermaeus Mora forged the Econir to reveal memories related to Athelia. It was one of the relics instrumental in defeating the Forgotten Prince and eliminating any lingering memories. Hopefully the Econir can help us in our investigations. The Econir causes memories pertaining to Athelia to become visible as nebulous manifestations. When you discover one, simply hold forth the Econir. The relic makes the memory unfold before your eyes. I foresee that you will need it, Proxy. Between the recollection and the dangers inherent in most ruins, I suggest caution. From what I have determined, they are a secret society with a keen interest in ancient ruins. The revival of an Ayleid cult, perhaps. Our ally Baragon knows more. He recently tracked them to West Weald and has been looking into their activities. Baragon told me that the group was initially formed to seek out something missing in their lives. It seems clear now they were looking for Athelia, even if they did not know it. Now that Athelia is free, their actions are becoming more conspicuous. Shard Marshal Vargas. I am not familiar.